You're listening to a Frequency Podcast Network production.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Welcome to Thursday. My name is Brock.
I'm Dalby.
As of right now, our 50-50 jackpot is sitting at $22,000. So if you want to get a ticket, check out bcc5050.ca.
Yeah, if you live anywhere in the province of Ontario, you can buy a ticket at bcc5050.ca or just click the link that is in the podcast links. And if you're not in the province of Ontario, first of all, thank you for listening. That's pretty cool. But find someone who does and then get them to buy tickets at bcc5050.ca.
Apologies to our one German listener. I did see something interesting this morning. Merriam-Webster, you know, like the dictionary.
Oh, yeah.
They added 200 new words.
That's too many.
Including, some of them aren't even just one word. They have touch grass in there.
Oh, like go outside, the idea.
True crime was officially added to the dictionary.
Was that not a thing before?
I guess.
Okay.
I don't know. Badassery is in there.
Gross.
And then snog was the other one.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what snog means?
Yeah, it's British kissing.
How did you know that?
I don't know if maybe I watched like an episode of Doctor Who somewhere back in the day. Maybe it was Austin
British
Powers.
smut films or something.
Snog me, baby. Oi, Harry!
It says British slang for making out.
Yeah.
I don't like that at all.
You don't remember when Hermione was like, Oi, Harry, want a snog?
Ugh. Dude, imagine being like, my first snog?
Yeah.
Give us a snog, love.
Was it a good snog in it?
My favorite band is Snog. Dude, you know what my favorite Pearl Jam song is?
What's that?
Last Snog.
Last snog. You know, I think if you call it a snog, it is the last one.
Oh, where can my baby be?
Doesn't snog feel like there should be like some phlegm or some snot? Like it should be nasal. Like, I don't know. There's just, maybe it's because it's so close to snot.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I would ask my girlfriend if we could snog. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if I heard that like some kids were snogging under the bleachers.
Well, for some reason, I just would assume they were doing drugs. Did you hear the kids are snogging?
Snog does sound like a weird drug.
Yeah, it sounds like you are injecting something.
Yeah. Or ejecting, I don't know.
Damn kids are snogging all over town.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Would like to apologize to someone that I almost got in a fight with yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah. I was at the grocery store.
Like a legit fight?
It was heated. We'll say that.
Okay.
I was at the grocery store. I was done. I was carting my stuff back out, and it was one of those grocery stores where you got to put the quarter in the cart to unchain it from the other carts. Mm-hmm. And a guy saw me like unloading it at my car, and he goes, "Oh, I can take your cart for you if you want." And to be clear, this man did not work for the store. He was not wearing the vest. I already saw the cart guy.
He was looking for a free cart.
This was a guy who didn't have a quarter, was trying to take mine. And I was like, "Well, no, I'm gonna take it back to the cart corral so I can get my quarter back." And he's like, "God, it's just 25 cents, man. Like, it's no big deal. What are you?" So I'm like, "No, I understand that it's just a quarter, but it is my quarter, and I would like to get it back." And he like kind of shot me in this like attitude. And we like had some words as he like almost made a move to take my cart.
He cheesed at you.
And I was just like, man, you are about to make me fight over 25 cents.
Now, here's the thing. I get both angles because, like, it's just a quarter.
Yeah.
But it's also your quarter.
That's just it.
Like, I get in his mind where he's like, you're going to be stingy over that. But, I mean, in this economy, money is money. And, I mean, there's no free handouts in life, brother.
That's just it. I am the responsible person that keeps a quarter in my car at all times in case I go to this specific grocery store and need a cart.
I don't think he was fully mad at you. I think he was more mad at himself for not having
his own
change.
Quarter. Yeah, because listen, hey, we've all been there, man, where you have to then pick up the like grocery store basket and try and Hercules your way through grocery shopping because you can't get a cart because you don't have a quarter. But you can't just come and try and take my cart.
But then again, like I said, like I get his angle on it where it's like you could have been kind of like a little bit of a Santa Claus there and gifted a cart to him. Because I've had that happen to me before. There's been plenty of times I've gone shopping and I never have change on me.
Right.
And it's like a hero of the day comes along and is like, take this.
She's just metallic in the story. Buddy, I keep 1 loonie and 1 quarter in my car. It's the only change that I have. I hate change. I don't like coins. If they got rid of all the coins from our economy, I would be a happier person.
Could have been good karma for you, actually.
No, because here's what's going to happen. I give this guy my cart. There goes my quarter. Who doesn't have another quarter? This guy.
What if it was like a pay it forward situation? What if you had gave that guy that shopping cart and then he saw someone on the way out and then, the circle of life kind of continues?
That's great for that guy and that person. But next week when I go back to the grocery store, guess who doesn't have a cart? Me. I'm the guy. I started the pay it forward. Now I don't have a cart.
I get both angles of it, but I don't know if it would have been worth a fight. Well, if you guys had it scrapped over that.
Could you imagine actually throwing mitts? It was just more of a war of words.
Let's get real. You just went grocery shopping. You spent more than a quarter there.
That's just it. I just got gouged by the system so I could feed my kids. I don't want to give anybody any money after that. It's not even a quarter.
I get that, but I get both angles at the same time.
I feel like you're playing devil's advocate because you know it makes me angry. That's what's happening right here.
I just wish that I could have been a fly in that parking lot yesterday.
I'll tell you right now, you know who doesn't give this guy their cart or their quarter? You. You would never. So don't give me that look.
Yeah, that's because I can't afford groceries.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
We got Byron on the phone. Do you think Dalby was a dick or not yesterday?
I'm a principled kind of guy.
Yeah.
Right? So the quarter is meaningless, actually. It's the fact that if Buddy came up to me and said, like, hey, brother, I don't have a quarter on me. I was, is it possible that I get your cart? Hands down, the answer is yes.
Yeah, he did start the conversation by like, hey, let me take your cart for you. Like he was doing me a favor.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So that's like an entitled prick trying to get a freebie. I don't give any sympathy for people like that. I just don't.
So my thing is would you take the same mentality if someone's trying to bum a smoke off of you?
Well, no, I think this actually correlates perfectly to the smoke. Because if you come up to me and you're like, hey, can I bum or buy a smoke off of you? And I have cigarettes. When I smoked, I would have been like, yeah, here, take a cigarette. I know what it's like to be in your shoes. If you come up to me and you go, hey, smokes, let's go.
Yeah.
Or, hey, I can hold on to your cigarettes for you. That's what this guy did with my cart.
Yeah.
And I'll say this, because there's a lot of people texting in saying that I shouldn't apologize, that I did nothing wrong. But the people who are saying that I'm in the wrong are saying things like, hey, if you can't afford 25 cents, it's just 25 cents. God, nobody's talking about the value of the quarter. It's the quarter itself. It's the only thing that fits in the cart.
There is a lot of people on the text line that are saying they've got those fake quarters made up.
I used to have one of those. Someone broke into my car and stole them. So now I have to use real money again.
Times are tough for you, brother.
Dude, this is what I'm saying. And someone else is like, oh, you can jam a key into there. Well, you know who else can jam a key into there and try and game the system? The guy who tried to steal my cart.
I will say you do have a valid point on like the whole like not having change thing, because I very rarely ever have cash on me or change. If you're going to charge people for shopping carts, put a tap option on there, I guess.
I think that would be good. And I guess the idea is like you're not necessarily paying for the cart because you get the key. It's like a deposit essentially, right? So that you don't walk off with the cart off the property.
Yeah.
But it's like there's got to be a better way than the coin system.
It's like a rent. You're like renting the cart. That's basically what it is.
Yeah. And
so here's a thought, actually.
Okay.
If you put 25 cents in a shopping cart, and you don't bring it back,
right?
Is that your cart?
Did I buy it for the 25 cents?
Is it like one of those things?
It's like when you used to go to Blockbuster back when Blockbuster was a thing and you just keep the movie afterwards. It's like, did you essentially just buy it?
Are they going to charge you late fees on the cart?
Cart fees?
Is that how that works?
And they've got a little odometer on there.
I'm curious. If you got caught going down the sidewalk with it and you're like, dude, I put my quarter in.
My quarter is still in there.
Could you bring it back at any time?
Theoretically, it should be your cart until you pop your quarter back out of there. So if I put my quarter in and then I take off because I need to use a cart to move some stuff, am I not still using the cart for its purpose?
Christopher Columbusing a shopping cart is what you're doing, basically.
Claim this in my name.
If I put the quarter in, Does that mean it's technically my cart?
Because I know some grocery stores have those like invisible fences where like the wheels of the cart as soon as you cross the boundary. But if you don't have that, and I put my quarter or my loonie, depending on which store you go to, is this now my cart until I come back for my money?
I mean, if you push the cart hard enough, it's your cart when you get it through the parking lot. I've seen lots of people in this town do that.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
I'm hungry. I've got a craving for a breakfast sandwich. I'm just saying, if anyone wants to drop off a breakfast sandwich to the boys this morning, that would be great. If you'd go to McDonald's, I'll let you keep your Monopoly tabs too. If you drop them off, I'll rip off the tabs and give them back to you.
Yep, McDonald's got those new breakfast wraps that are really, really good. Are those Monopoly worthy? Do you get tabs with those?
I don't know. I don't really go to McDonald's that often. So
you got to try it. The new wraps are really good. If it comes with the Monopoly tabs, that's an even bigger bonus. I love collecting those things.
You know, I know a lot of people really get into the whole McDonald's Monopoly thing.
Yeah.
Has anybody ever actually won anything from that before?
I've won twice. I've won 2 prizes, and not like the instant win, like here's a McDonald's
Your fries,
or whatever.
cheeseburger, whatever.
I won 2 times. This was early McDonald's Monopoly. The first time I won was a pack of Twizzlers for getting like, what are those like first 2 properties? You know, the ones right after go?
Yeah.
It used to be that you got like some really cheap thing. I got like Twizzlers
What
for
was the
that
other
once.
one?
The other time I won, free rentals from Blockbuster Video.
How long ago was that?
I was in grade 4.
Oh my God.
I was maybe 10 years old.
I don't even know what the prizes are. What do they have? Like cars, cash, stuff like that. I mean, I always see it every year, but I've never actually heard of anyone winning it other than the generic stuff.
Well, that's just it. Is like, I think we all know somebody who's got like, hey, free coffee, free drink, free fries.
How much effort did you have to put in to win the Blockbuster stuff?
I had to collect 3 of the properties. I don't remember. I think they were like the light purple ones down past jail.
Because the other ones you got to get like the whole square, right?
Yeah. Well, you got to get the block basically.
It's
just like
a
in Monopoly.
commitment to honestly get those. Because anytime I've ever gotten the Monopoly things, it's like I just get the same ones over and over again.
That's the fix, right? Is like out of 3 properties that make a set, 2 of them are widely available. Everyone has them. You get them all the time. And then each set has that one property that's super rare.
Yeah.
And that's how they limit. Like if they've only got 10 of the car prizes, then only 10 of those stickers exist.
To win, you literally got to put your cholesterol on the line. Like you got to be eating a lot of Mickey D's to get that.
You got to work in teams, or you got to basically be like, I'm willing to sacrifice everything to try and win this Xterra.
I think what you got to do is you almost got to do like a team thing at work.
Yeah, that's the best
Start
thing
collecting them.
that you can do is just sort of have an understanding, a group of people. Maybe it's like when you're doing like a survivor pool or whatever. Everybody picks one prize, and then the goal is to pool all the tabs. And it's like, if we win, then Joe gets this or you get that or
and
whatever
you all
it is.
split a Toyota Corolla or whatever.
Yeah. You sell it off, and everybody gets $20.
Doing it solo, if you win solo, you basically just partaked in Super Size Me.
Essentially, yeah.
You
It's
have
like,
to eat McDonald's like every day to win, basically.
if you took the documentary Super Size Me and combined it with Lotto 649, that's essentially winning McDonald's Monopoly. You're putting the risk and high odds of the lottery with cholesterol.
Yeah, you won a new car, but you clogged an artery on the way.
Yeah, because I don't think I've ever seen McDonald's Monopoly come around where you could get the play tabs by ordering salad.
I wish they did the photos like they did with the lottery, and you just see someone like the before and after photo, but the opposite of a weight loss experiment.
They're holding up the giant fake check, but they're also on an IV of nutrients and saline trying to get them back to normal.
Their pants don't fit. The button's just bulging as they're holding it.
The shirt is just above the belly button. It's like it doesn't come down now.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Talked to a friend of the show, Yan, on the phone, and he brought up a really good point about the McDonald's Monopoly game. This is what he said.
People don't play that game, so they just eat and they put everything in the trash. So how many prizes never get claimed?
I never even thought about that.
That's true, because like I was saying, like with Park Place and Boardwalk, they make a million Park Places to make you feel like, oh, I just need one more and I'll win the big prize.
Somewhere in a dumpster right now is that missing piece.
Right, somebody got the rare Boardwalk but didn't even pull the tab because they're like, ugh, McDonald's Monopoly again.
Well, if you even think about it, how many times do you get a bag of chips or a drink, whatever, and it says they've got some contest on it, and you never bother to take the little QR code and go online?
That's the problem, is they moved everything to the internet. I don't know about you, but when I was a kid buying pop in high school, like as a treat or whatever, like I would dig out all those little liners under the Pepsi bottles for Pepsi points.
Oh, they used to suck on the fingernails to try and dig those things out.
Oh, dude, you'd have one long nail just for digging out the pop liners for free. That's why it was long. No other reason. And you'd win like free pops and you'd get prizes and stuff like that. As soon as they were like, okay, now you need to go on the website, put in the QR code, enter this, type that, give us all your information. It's like, no, this is not worth it anymore.
Brother, even anytime I get a case of beer and it's like, we'll send you to the Super Bowl, and then I open the case of beer and there's just a code on the inside, I'm like, I'm not doing that.
No, but when you used to be like, hey, here's a free t-shirt, okay, now I'm going to buy that case of beer 100% of the time. But yeah, as soon as you ask me to take multiple steps, I know it sounds like it's the most first world thing to be like, ugh, I'm not entering to win.
We live in a lazy society, dude. You're asking too much of me, honestly.
I'm not trying to win a Nintendo Switch by buying this cereal and scanning a code and going online and playing a game and a skill testing question. No, just put a decoder ring in the box again.
Like Yan said, though, I wonder how many of these prizes just never go claimed because nobody wants to do them.
Well, that was the original question you asked, was like, has anybody ever won? Because it feels like we all know someone who's won a fries or a drink or whatever, but like statistically, this game has been around for like 40 years. Someone you know should have won a big prize by now.
If I was working at McDonald's, honestly, when I'm taking out the trash, I would double check some of those Big Mac boxes and start snagging them, right?
You know, Roll Up is another one. Roll Up the Rim, both in the old version, with how many cups just got thrown out with prizes.
There was controversies over the years of employees rolling up the cups, like looking at them.
And now that it's digital, it's the same way. Like, if I go to Tim's, I don't care enough to do the scan code. So how many times have I bought something roll-up worthy that could have been a prize that just ended up going unclaimed?
Well, even there's, and this is going to sound super stupid, there's a small part of me that sometimes when I check my junk mail and you see one of those things where someone's like, hey man, like you won $1 million, where I'm like, do you ever think maybe just one of those emails is actually true?
And that's why everybody fell for the Nigerian prince scam. Is that thought right there?
Somewhere out there is one Nigerian prince that was actually trying to give money, and he's like, what the hell? I'm just trying to do good things.
His spiritual advisor told him he needed to do good for the world, and all he got was emails back being like, screw off, scammer.
Just like there's like one hot cougar out there that's like, I put these ads out saying I'm single and in their area, but nobody's responding to me.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
We've got friend of the show, Kim, on the phone. Kim, you're one of the few people that's actually won something for once?
I did. I won $5,000 from Enbridge Gas for registering for online billing.
What?
Wait, that's real?
That was a real thing. And it actually, when you said junk mail, I was like, oh, yeah, that actually happened, because it went into my junk mail.
Yeah.
And I almost didn't do it because I thought it was a scam.
Yeah.
And then I sent in the thing and answered the skill testing question, and I got a check for $5,000.
So you heard it here first from Kim. Believe everything that's in your junk mailbox.
Yeah.
No, not everything.
Of course we're kidding. Thanks for calling, Kim. Have a great day.
Have a great day, guys. Good to talk to you.
Take care. Bye.
Okay, but hang on, because I have junk mail right now. I'm just looking at my Gmail. It says, I've won a Tim Hortons coffee bundle. I should click that, right?
Maybe.
I don't drink coffee. I very rarely go to Tim's.
You won't know until you try, my
There's
friend.
no reason they would have my email, but certainly that has to be legit.
So many people have won stuff. Coca-Cola points was a big one. Someone said they won a bunch of free passes for Wonderland for about 4 years till I got caught and they banned me, is what they said. Kool-Aid points was another big one.
I won a Game Boy game off of Kool-Aid points. We used to drink Kool-Aid like crazy out of the old packages where you'd have to add a little bit of sugar into the jug. And we used to collect them. We used to go through so much Kool-Aid, and I saved up enough to get an old Game Boy game, like before the Game Boy Color
sick.
even. It was awesome.
Ashley did bring up a good point on the text line. She says, we all used to win prizes with cereal back in the day, but they don't even do that anymore.
Yeah, I've seen.
I guess they don't buy cereal. They don't have prizes in it for the kids anymore?
No, not really. It's all like, again, like scan this QR code, get an app on your phone, play this game. My kids don't know the thrill of buying a new box of cereal and shaking it until the prize would come
fighting
to the top.
your sibling to try and get the toy first.
Dude, trying to figure out how to get in there, and then your parents yelling at you because you were trying to dive in mid first.
You know what they should do? They should bring it back, but not for the kids of today, but for the adults who used to do it. Put it in like our oatmeal crisp now, or
your box of Vector
your
cereal.
box of All Bran or whatever it is.
The cereal you buy because you're like, well, one meal out of the day should probably be healthy.
But instead of like an actual toy, it's like, I don't know, one of those you save 10 cents on gas card things.
Oh, dude, putting coupons and gift cards in cereal boxes for adults would be sick.
Yeah, like a coupon just for some Bounty sheets or some
Right?
laundry detergent, whatever it is.
Yeah, like you said, like an Esso card, or for like the grocery store or something. Like just a $10 gift card for groceries. I would buy that cereal every time.
Even maybe like a coupon for a divorce lawyer or something like that.
I think if you're sitting by yourself in the morning eating corn pops, it may be too late for that gift card.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
They had prizes or toys in adult cereal. What do you think they should put in there?
Well, I honestly think sample packs of Viagra, because erectile dysfunction is supposedly a serious thing nowadays.
I would be too worried about the pills coming loose in the cereal and you accidentally eating them with the bowl.
Hey, that could actually...
That could be a good time.
Yeah, you just
What
call
the
the
heck?
cereal
That's
morning
an
wood or
adventure.
something?
Make all the little marshmallows blue.
You know how they
Good
say
time.
tricks are for kids? These ones are not for kids.
That's for sure. That would be a new market, tricks for adults.
You have to talk to your doctor before you buy this cereal, though.
Oh, definitely epic.
Oh, my God. Awesome, man. Thank you for calling.
Oh, you're welcome, guys. Thanks for putting on the show. It's a good one.
Oh, appreciate it, man.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
We got a lot of the similar texts actually coming in. Maybe Cialis. A bottle of ibuprofen, actually. A lot of people could use that.
Honestly, yeah. Some Robax Platinum for getting your day started off in the right direction.
Brandon texted in. He said 1 single cigarette.
Loose cigarette?
For those mornings where you just can't do it.
Maybe like a mini lighter to go along with it.
Someone said a plan B.
Jesus.
Realistically, though, if you put like a thing of Tums in there, maybe like
Right,
some
yeah.
A535 or anything like that, like
Maybe some estate planning documents, just to make sure that your loved ones are set. Although maybe that goes on the back of the box.
Yeah.
You know how when you were a kid, you used to read the back of the box because it'd be like a maze and some funny puns and jokes and
just
stuff
an
like
ad
that?
for a funeral home.
Yeah. It's a will and testament you can fill out with a crayon while you're eating your sad cereal.
You follow the trail down to your grave.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Are we planning a trip to African Lion Safari? Or?
Well, maybe not African Lion Safari, but maybe to Cape Town, South Africa. Saw this story on the Uber website. Uber is launching a new product. They have Uber, the taxi company. They have Uber Eats, the food delivery company. And now, starting this week, Uber Safari.
What?
It will let people book a safari through Cape Town to see the Big Five, as they call it: lions, elephants, buffaloes, cheetahs, and rhinos, in partnership with a game reserve in that area. You can go on the Uber app, choose Uber Safari, and book a trip, which I thought was pretty cool.
And Buddy's just going to be on his phone the whole time?
That's the thing that I was kind of thinking. It was like, I'm sure, because they said that they're partnering with a proper game reserve, that when you book an Uber Safari trip, it will be with a professional guide who will take you to these places. But imagine if it was like all the other Uber apps and just anyone could sign up to take your trip.
Well, even just imagine being stranded out in the middle of nowhere waiting for your Uber, and it's like, what's this guy doing? I can see him just circling around as he's just attacked by rhinos.
Getting mauled by lions. Like, God, 2 stars. Come on, bud.
The star rating is actually going to be very important for that because you want someone with 5 stars to take you on that damn safari.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, 4 stars is unacceptable if we're going to see lions and rhinos. Like, I need someone who is at the top of their game before we go see the wildlife.
I even do like the idea because when you get an Uber, you can say, like, I don't want them to talk. I want a silent ride.
I want a silent safari.
just you sitting there, just hammered drunk on a safari.
Can you tell the animals to keep it down?
Can we make a stop at McDonald's real quick?
Where's the aux cord in this thing? I want to plug in my music.
It's an interesting idea.
And imagine expanding it. Like if Uber Safari works out, you could start taking it to other things, like getting an Uber to take you to the top of Mount Everest.
I mean, you pay, usually if you do that, you pay like a Sherpa or whatever it's called to come with you.
And usually you have to go through, you have to find someone who's skilled and has done this and knowledgeable of the paths and all that stuff. Or just go on Uber Sherpa and find someone who's not busy this afternoon and just start going up the mountain.
I mean, that just means we're getting closer and closer to like Uber plane or something like that. Which that's another one that could be sketchy as hell.
Just someone who's got their pilot's license is like, yeah, I've put in a few hours up in the air. Where do you want to go? I'll take it. Let's go to Montreal.
Uber skydiving.
Well, depending on how well Uber plane goes, that's when it becomes Uber skydiving.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
We do not have an Ed's word of the day. We haven't heard from him. Now, I will say the last time that we talked to Ed was a couple of days ago, and he did inform us that he had a new girlfriend.
Yeah.
So I think that's what's going on. He's you know when your buddy gets a new girlfriend and then all of a sudden they stop hanging out a bunch?
Don't look at me like that. I still text you all the time.
I wasn't saying you, but you must feel guilty.
You're looking me dead in the eyes.
You must feel guilty. I was talking about someone else. But, if you wanted to take it that way, you take it that way.
Hide behind the radio.
I think that's what's going on with Ed here.
I think you might be right. I think he might be. He's otherwise occupied currently.
Mm-hmm. But he put it on the pedestal is what he did.
We wish him all the best in that regard. Either that or she got his kidneys, and we should not be making jokes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We're happy for him, but hopefully, Ed, if you're out there somewhere, we'd love to hear from you, just to know that you're safe at least.
Just a heads up. Just I'm good, and then you head back down or whatever.
Today's word of the day is smitten. All right, that's what Ed is.
For more Brock and Dalby, tune in weekday mornings 5:30 to 9.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast is brought to you by badshop.ca, the Brock and Dalby merch store, with all proceeds going to the Canadian Cancer Society.